talking to yourself?
No, I'm talking to the world.
Seriously, what are you doing?
Documenting. Alex Knightley, partner, business development, bookkeeping, boring stuff.
Important stuff.
Still boring.
Still important.
Boring me and now them.
Who is them?
The future editors of this documentary.
Okay, and what exactly is it that we're documenting?
My greatness.
For what purpose?
Future achievements.
What type of achievements?
Like when I received my prestigious Lifetime Achievement Award in Lifestyle Excellence. Bettering the world one life at a time. I'll be like Oprah, but better. It's not a joke.
Oh, I know. Well, I'll let you keep doing, whatever this is.
Documenting my greatness for when I receive my future Lifetime Achievement Award in Lifestyle Excellence.
And when you get a moment, post-greatness documenting, I have some important, boring stuff to talk about.
Okay, yeah. Go now, go.
Hello, Emma.
What, are you too lazy to walk over here?
I'm too busy doing important, boring stuff.
Good boy, stay focused. 20 for 20.
And speaking of 20, Annie called, sounded important, want you to call her back.
And why are you answering my calls?
Because you still haven't hired an assistant yet, which you need to. Are you recording this conversation?
No?
You are aware that recording this conversation without my consent is technically illegal.
I am.
Well, about that assistant position, there's a lot of quality resumes over here, so you should... Well, this seems like a good time.
Alex, you get a better life.
Well, that's a relief.
He'll thank me later.
So is this camera gonna stay a thing?
Until I accept my award of Lifetime
I get it. So, did you talk to Annie?
Of course I did.
And?
And I took care of it.
Really? How?
We talked, she said things, and I'm giving her time to get over herself, like any great friend would.
So she's still thinking about calling off the wedding.
But she hasn't yet.
And you believe she'll come around.
And realize how much she loves Ryan, and how their future lives together will be so perfect with their condo in Manhattan Beach, La Laguna, and their cabin in Whistler.
Detailed.
Always.
To clarify, you're just betting that everything will work out.
I don't gamble. I know.
Humor me for a minute.
A minute? Really? You? What are you doing?
Being humored. I'll just be right over here. But what if...
No.
What if she doesn't come around and she actually cancels the wedding?
Don't be ridiculous. She won't cancel the wedding.
And you're sure?
Of course I am sure. I am Emma Woodhouse.
I got it.
Great. Now, would you mind? I would really like to finish this segment about the imminent future success of our vibrant company.
So, speaking of our vibrant company...
And its imminent future success.
Well, what's that streak that you're on?
Soon to be 20 for 20.
Look, I know that you have faith, but considering our company's future success, how imminent would it be if, by the slightest chance, a certain engagement just happened to fall apart and your perfect streak was broken? Well, I'm off to my office of boredom and important stuff to ponder just that. You have fun, Emma. Were you just checking out my ass?
Yeah, you've been wearing those khakis for 5 years. Get a new pair already.
This is the thanks I get for going along with your documentary charade.
Don't worry, I'll thank you in my award speech. So what's the big news? I'm busy.
Oh yeah? Did you fix Annie's wedding?
What do you think I'm busy with?
May I ask what your plan is?
Just some preliminary research on the couple. You know, social activity, bank accounts, phone records.
You have access to their bank accounts and their phone records.
Yes.
And they know that you have access.
So, yeah, what's the big news? Tell me. Busy.
Well, I found her.
Her who? Mr. Knightley, are you asking me for dating advice?
You would like that, wouldn't you?
So very much. Harriet Smith, double major, highly motivated.
Emma Woodhouse, meet your new assistant.
So where is this Harriet from?
Oh, you remember this stack of resumes applying for your criminally vacant assistant position.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, well, I figured I'd save you some time, and I went through all of these already, and this is by no doubt the best one.
I don't need an assistant.
On what planet?
I'm completely self-sufficient. I don't need any help.
Says the woman who set up a company with her dad's money and me to do all of the actual business work.
Whatever gets you to sleep at night.
Interview her and hire her.
Are you forcing her on me? This is so unlike you.
No, think of this as my gift to you to make your life better.
Uh-huh. Is she like your spy? Your Trojan horse? Is she going to murder me in my sleep?
Okay, stop, you're scaring me.
One day, Mr. Knightley, I will return this favor. Think of it as my gift to you.
A word, Emma?
Keep it short. A wedding needs saving.
Yeah, about that. Your friend Annie Taylor has asked us to cancel her wedding to our client, Ryan Weston.
I'm aware.
And she has instructed us to help her and the Westons save thousands of dollars in deposit money.
I'll take care of it.
The deposits?
No, the wedding. It will happen as planned.
Along with the planned cancellation. Emma, have you ever stopped to consider that maybe Annie and Ryan weren't meant to be together?
Nope.
Well, maybe you should, instead of driving yourself insane trying to save a wedding that isn't meant to be saved.
Why do you want this wedding to be canceled so badly?
Because you put a ton of our company resources into this one pairing. I'm just trying to cut our losses.
Cut our losses? Does the future happiness of Annie and Ryan mean anything to you?
Of course it does, but so does our company and the wishes of our clients. We are now liable for all of the deposits on this six-figure wedding.
Well, Alex, this isn't about the numbers or the business. It's about doing what's right. One day you'll learn that.
Yeah, and one day you'll learn that you can't always be right.
Spying. That seems so beneath you.
Says the woman who asked to have a surveillance camera installed in our conference room.
Hey, if there was a camera in that room, we could have had this whole thing solved already.
You worry me, Emma.
Aw, I'm moved.
You're having your assistant dig up dirt on the Weston family?
She's not digging up dirt, she's digging up everything.
Legally?
For now.
And you're so sure this has something to do with Ryan's family?
It has to be. What else could it be? And do not say it's because they don't love each other.
If. Okay, what if they don't?
Impossible.
Seriously, as your partner, I really believe that you need to consider if you're about to force your lifelong friend into a bad marriage.
The way she says his name.
What?
The way Annie says Ryan. She smiles, she can't help herself. She even did it the last time she was here. It's the same thing when Ryan says Annie.
A name?
They're crazy about each other. The sound of each other's name is the highlight of their days. I can spot someone in love. It's what I was born to do.
Okay, but if they're in love, shouldn't love conquer all?
Well, sometimes love needs a little help. That's where we come in. Marriages are complicated things. They get confusing. Annie is just confused, and I will unconfuse her.
Well, you seem quite forceful in the unconfusing of your friend.
I am doing what's best for Annie. I always have, and I always will. Oh, do you mind leaving the room so you can at least pretend not to spy on me?
Why is Frank Churchill's name written in big black letters in our conference room?
Because he's super important.
I gathered that, but why is he super important to us?
He's not coming to the wedding.
I don't know if you know Frank, but he's kind of a busy guy.
Whatever. Give me your phone.
Why?
No reason.
Yeah, right. Sure. You know it's locked, right? Whoa, how do you know my code?
I'm psychic. Now give it back.
No!
What, are you 5? We have a wedding to fix.
Oh, stop for 1 second. What does my phone have to do with fixing this wedding?
You have Frank Churchill's contact, and I need to talk to him. Now, isn't that totally obvious?
No, not really.
I need to tell Frank to come to this wedding so that Annie will marry Ryan.
Yeah, that's better. You are aware that Frank owns several companies and is a stakeholder in a half a dozen different enterprises, including several with your father. He's kind of busy.
Irrelevant.
Ha! Tell that to his investors.
Are you going to help me, or are you going to let our company fail?
You're just gonna reach his assistant.
That's a start.
Oh, you're not gonna have Harriet patch you through?
I was going to take this myself, thank you very much. Do you have a problem with that?
No. No, it's actually kind of nice to see you take the direct approach for once. You're usually so passive-aggressive. It's refreshing.
Don't you have some business to develop?
And you're back.
Leave.
Make me.
Fine. Enjoy the show, Mr. Knightley. Hello, I am Emma Woodhouse. I need to speak to Frank Churchill immediately. I understand Frank isn't taking calls at the moment and that he's an extremely busy man, but you have to understand, this is regarding a very sensitive family issue with Mr. Ryan Weston. Yes, your personal employment is at stake and you have strict instructions. I respect that, but Michelle, I'm going to send you something. Just think about that and hopefully we can help each other out. Thank you for your time.
That was very anticlimactic.
What, were you expecting yelling and screaming?
Yeah, and some motherly insults. Those are usually so fun coming from you.
Why don't you be a doll and take care of this for me?
You have an assistant for that.
Then stretch the legs, wear in those new pants, and give it to her.
You want to send Frank's assistant a pair of Valentino sunglasses.
Springline, polarized, very Emma approved.
By the way, has Annie even ever directly mentioned this whole Frank thing to you?
No?
And that doesn't bother you?
She's just embarrassed about it.
And how much do these sunglasses cost?
Less talking, more action. Ugh.
Okay, what is it?
I need you to call my dad.
Your dad. Did you get suspended from school?
I need him to do me a favor.
You're his little girl, call him yourself.
But you can't know the favors from me, this has to come from you.
Oh, this is gonna get good. Okay, I don't have all day.
I need you to give him an earnings report for Enscombe Enterprises.
Okay, that's not too weird.
But I need you to falsify the report.
Here we go.
Yeah, it's easy. Just say the quarter earnings dropped like 85%.
Emma, if the board of Enscombe were to see an earnings drop by 85%, it would ignite a sale at steep losses. The board would have to assemble immediately and they would literally have to stop their lives.
Well, I don't need all the board members to stop their lives. Just one.
Uh-huh. Board member Frank Churchill. You are crazy.
Driven, Alex, driven. Annie is coming in this afternoon, so if we hurry, we can
You
get...
want me to make your dad tell a bunch of multimillionaires they're gonna lose a ton of money so that you can get the attention of Frank Churchill?
Brilliant, right?
No!
Look, I called Frank. I reached out and I heard nothing. Now I need something to drag him away from his Norwegian trout and pay attention to what really matters.
Or you could just wait.
Stop wasting time. Pick up the phone and let's do this. A wedding needs saving.
Emma, I'm not doing it.
Why not?
Because it's insane and it won't work.
You don't know that it won't work. Support me like the business partner you are and make the call.
No. No calls, no nothing. It's not happening. Okay? I'm gonna make this perfectly clear for you, Emma. I will support you 99% of the time, but you just hit that 1%. Now cancel the wedding or find another way. Emma?
Alex, could you come in here a minute? It's important.
What's up?
You'll find out when you get here.
And what if I'm busy?
Suit yourself.
Okay, what is it? Really, what's going on?
I know you're really busy, but I also know how much you hate loose ends, and I figured you'd really want to tie up the one loose end here.
Which one would that be?
The one in this room. Perhaps some praise about a certain wedding, regarding a certain super important client.
Ah, I see.
Whenever you want to tie this up, you let me know. I can be very patient.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
I don't know what you mean.
Congratulations on saving Annie and Ryan's wedding.
Why, thank you, Mr. Knightley. I know you had your doubts.
I had my doubts, and I was sad? Wrong. And you, Emma Woodhouse, were strong? Right. And you have really shiny hair and great teeth?
Close enough. Okay, you can go now.
Seriously, though. Nice job.
Alex, did you bring me a present?
In a way, yes, but question first, present later.
I can be patient.
As impressed as I was with your tenacious efforts to contact Frank Churchill,
Thank you.
and how Frank was able to contact dear Annie and wish her the best, with that gift, one thing always bugged me.
Yes?
Well, how did Frank decide? I mean, out of all things to give Annie for her wedding, how did he choose a handmade Italian shitara? Does he even know what a shitara is?
He clearly was properly informed by some very good sources.
You see, that's what I thought initially, but then this just came in.
What is that?
Well, there's a card addressed to Annie Taylor from one Frank Churchill welcoming her to the family. And then there's this Tiffany's bag.
Oh, Tiffany's very Emma approved.
Emma, you lied to Annie.
Hey, I couldn't be sure Frank was gonna do the right thing, so I made sure he did. It's all the same.
Do you really think that?
Annie is going to marry Ryan, and she has an amazingly thoughtful wedding gift.
But that was from you.
Do you realize what it is you're holding? You don't just give that to anyone. Way to go, Frank Churchill.
So you think everything's just gonna be okay?
Everyone came out fine, except for me. That chitara was supposed to be my gift. I won't get any credit for that. But I'll find her something else.
I'm sure you will.
Hey, we do whatever it takes for our clients. We make their lives better. Annie's got enough jewelry anyways.
So, Emma Woodhouse, what's more important to you? Being a great friend or being a great matchmaker?
Both.
I hope that stays true.
Oh, and look what Annie sent over.
And how did you know they weren't from me?
Please, like you would ever get a girl flowers.
I could get a girl flowers.
Okay, practice now. Oh my, I never expected this. Thank you all so much.
Well, aren't you disgustingly adorable?
Ooh, there's a card. To Emma, thank you for everything, and I mean everything. Love, Annie. How sweet of her.
So now that this wedding is just about wrapped up, what's next? Or specifically, who is next?
Well, someone's in a hurry. You know Annie and Ryan aren't actually married yet.
It's never too early to start looking. Do you have a new client? Because if so, I'm not aware of one.
Well, Mr. Knightley, there are so many people who need help. But the real question is, who needs my help?
And by that, you mean who deserves my pity?
Exactly. What?
Nothing. Well, I'll leave you to find your next victim. I mean, client. Don't strain yourself, Emma. Is everything okay? I heard yelling.
Snarky Knightley, I have found our new client.
Already? That's great. Who? Wait, where are your shoes? Harriet cannot be our new client. She works for us.
And she'll be our biggest success story.
Emma, we pay her, not the other way around. Okay, don't you see how this would be a terrible business model?
Harriet is smart and resourceful. She has incredible potential, and I will make sure she achieves it.
Yes, remind me. Who was it that found your smart and resourceful assistant in the first place?
Me.
No. Think harder. Maybe the only one in this office with any actual business sense?
I got nothing.
Anyway, if Harriet is your assistant, then by definition, she cannot be your client.
Okay, I think you're missing the bigger picture here. My coaching of Harriet will only help our business. We win, she wins, the world wins.
Does the world winning affect our earnings in a positive way?
Absolutely. Let me spell it out for you. Harriet is a reflection of me. She represents us.
Okay.
She needs to exude the same amount of confidence and poise that I do, and I will get her there.
Harriet is fine, just the way she is.
She is a blank canvas waiting to be painted on. A beautiful ship longing for the open seas. A duckling on her way to becoming a majestic swan.
More analogies do not make it better.
Don't worry, I will still look for our next big high-profile money-making client. Harriet will be pro bono. Didn't you always say you wanted me to do some community service?
That's not exactly what I had in mind.
Don't worry, Mr. Knightley. It'll all work out. Who's Martin?
Our IT guy, why?
Why have I not met him?
I believe I called you.
Then please, by all means, go ahead.
I have come up with a compromise.
Great, I knew you'd come around.
You are going to take on short-term clients.
Excuse me?
You are going to start counseling people with smaller problems that are easier to fix, and we will call them consultations.
Why would we do that?
Because it'll open up a whole new market for us. People who can't afford weekly sessions, but they need your assistance for a few minutes.
You think I can fix people's lives in a few minutes?
Are you saying that you can't?
Of course I can, but
Great. Then I will have your first round for you next week.
how is this a compromise again?
Well, you do what you're going to do anyways. I'll keep the lights on. You win, I win, the world wins.
Then I guess I should thank you.
Yeah, that would be nice.